Hello friends, welcome back to my channel and happy Sunday. Today I am sharing with you guys some super easy meals that you can get on the table in a pretty good amount of time. And they're easy, they're cheap, and in this set of recipes they are macro friendly. So what that means is with that Elise Ellis's plan that I follow, I follow on and off, but no matter what, whether I'm watching what I'm eating or not, I love these recipes. They've all been phenomenal, and I still need to get that code for you guys. I'm working on that. So once I do, I will link it. I'll even put it in my community tab once I have it for you guys, because it will save you money, and it's really inexpensive anyway for as much like meal ideas as you get, and recipes and plans and all that kind of stuff. With my code, I think it'll make it like $8 a month, or if you just want to use it one time, you know, whatever. I just use it, so I reached out to them and asked if I could get a code for you guys because I pay for one. So I just really like it. But anyway, enough rambling. I wanted to get you some easy meal ideas that I think that you guys would enjoy, and things that I really enjoyed this past week. But I hope you enjoy it. And you guys, today's Lainey's birthday, so I didn't get to put as many videos in today as I wanted to, but it's Lainey's birthday and we are celebrating, and I will have a whole bunch of videos out this week. I was going to just try to stick to 2, but I've got a whole week's worth. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you'll subscribe if you are new, and if you guys don't care, say hey in the comments. And I also have been putting new merchandise up on my website every Saturday morning, so go check that out if you want to. I've got some really cute Valentine's things I'm making. No pressure to do that, but I do plan to do a giveaway in February, just because I appreciate all the support. But like I said, go check it out. I'll link it down below also, and I'm working on updating my Amazon page for you guys, so that way you can see the stuff that I cook with and I actually use, or things we use in our house. But I hope you all have an awesome Sunday, and I will see you guys at the end. Okay guys, it is freezing here, and I wanted some comfort food that's actually a little healthy. So I am using Elise Ellis's recipe off of that app I told you guys about. So I'm just taking my crock pot. I'm going to take some cooking spray because I've yet to get those liners. I have got a bag. You just need 2.5 pounds of chicken. So this is going to cook all day, so I'm just going to toss this in here because we're using up food that we already have. That is the goal for this year, is to use things I have that I've gotten on sale, still replenishing my freezer, doing all that kind of stuff when I find the deals. But this chicken I got on a heck of a deal, so I saved it. Then let's add our seasoning. So you're supposed to use unsalted chicken stock, but you guys know I don't always have everything I need. So I'm going to use chicken broth, and this is lower sodium, I believe. No like added MSGs, all that stuff. So actually, I don't even know I'm reading that. There's 4 cups in each container. This is a lot, so I need 2 things of this. I'm going to pour that in there. And then we will add our seasonings. And you guys know, like I said, I'm using what I have. I don't have any celery for this. And I didn't want to rush out to the store because it's not the day to go to the store. That's how you overspend, is going to the store on days you don't plan to go. So I'm going to get 1 more cup, or 1 more container. And I get this at Sam's. It's very cost efficient there. If you're looking for chicken broth, I get it at Aldi, but they sell these big cases, like boxes with like I think 6 of them in it. So I always pick it up at Sam's if I'm at Sam's, because I go to Sam's like twice a year. I don't go that often, just to replenish the baking stuff. So we've got the chicken in there. It looks like a lot of broth, I know, but it needed 8 cups. So we're going to add a teaspoon of salt. Some of these seasonings are not my favorite. I don't like a ton of salt, and Ryan's not supposed to have a lot of salt. Let's see, what is that? That's a half. Okay, so we need 1 teaspoon, which I probably should reduce that since it's unsalted chicken stock and I use salted. And then we'll use a half a teaspoon of pepper, which just happens to be all that I have left. Is a little tiny bit. Actually, I had to borrow it from my neighbor. When I was making biscuits and gravy, I ran out of pepper. That's a no-no. You can't like make biscuits and gravy without pepper. It's actually a new recipe, and I'll share that with you guys coming up. It was like bubble up biscuits and gravy, and I couldn't get my family on board if I said that, so I just surprised them. But anyway, now we're going to add half a teaspoon of thyme, I do not like, I'm not a fan of thyme. Not at all. Never have been. And I'm not a big fan of rosemary. So, half teaspoon of rosemary, which is plenty for me. And then I don't have bay leaves because you're supposed to put 2 bay leaves. So I'm just going to add a little bit of basil because that's a sub. You can sub it with some thyme. But I do not like thyme, like I told you. I'm not a big fan of it, so I don't want to add any extra. Then, let's see. Next, we're going to add in an onion. I'm going to chop that. So, we'll bring it back. Adding in 1 onion, chopped up. My kids would be saying, nope. They saw that. Then we're going to add in, let's see, how many did it say to add? 8 ounces of carrots sliced. I bought these little tiny baby carrots that I froze. So I'm just going to add a little bit because they're tiny. And then we can break them down later if need to, if that's too much carrots. I like carrots. Lady hates cooked carrots. So, that in there, because I don't need a ton. I don't like a ton of carrots. I do for flavor. So, then we're just going to put that. Let me stir this around just a little bit. Then we're going to cook this on low. Let me see exactly how much time. Sorry, guys. We're going to cook this on low for 6 to 8 hours. And then we'll come back and take the 1 cup of the liquid and shred the chicken. And then we will add in, we'll need Greek yogurt, milk, flour, and then that 1 cup of broth. And then we'll stir in the egg noodles. If you want to put peas in, you can. We'll stir all that together to make it thicker. And cook it for like 30 to 60 more minutes. But we'll come back once this is done cooking all day. Okay, so now the chicken is done. It's been cooking all day. So I went ahead, shredded it. Then we're going to put that back in there. Now we're going to add in a half a cup of Greek yogurt. So just plain Greek yogurt. We're going to add this in. So we've got 2 of the 1/4 a cup. And now we're going to add, okay, so we're supposed to add 1/4 cup of milk. I don't have milk. I've got almond milk, but I thought the half and half would make it even creamier. So we're going to add that, and then we're going to add 1/4 cup of flour. So let's add that in. I'm actually going to scoop it into this so I don't make a mess because I don't want to dirty more dishes. So, got that in there. Now we're going to just stir that around because this will thicken it. And then we're going to add in our egg noodles. Whoop! I am just making a mess. Splashing that everywhere. This will thicken it all. Okay. Now you need to add 10 ounces of egg noodles. So, I'm just going to guesstimate here. So this is a 16-ounce bag. Let's get our spoon, because this obviously will expand once it's in here, because that's very liquidy. I might add a little bit extra. Because we don't like it to be super like runny when we eat soup. And then we're going to let this cook for another like hour. I'm going to add a little bit of parsley. And I was going to make dinner rolls, but now we have a game unexpectedly, like with the time, and we have to travel. So we'll probably just serve this with sandwiches when we get home because I don't have time to make the special dinner rolls. And that's all. I'll come back and show you guys once it's done. So here is the soup. This is hours later. We were home. The kids ate it and said it was good. It's super creamy because I did add the extra noodles in, but perfect. And this will be actually, because I had to stop and get McDonald's on the way home because it's late. It's like 9 o'clock now. So we will just have this for tomorrow night. So maybe I will get those rolls done out. Okay, so gonna make the macro-friendly Ritz chicken. It's just a little lightened up version. So we're gonna take 2 pounds of chicken breast. This is like 4.5 pounds. So I'm just gonna split some of this up. 50 Ritz Crackers. So we got that here. I'm gonna pour these in a shallow bowl. And then you're gonna need garlic salt, Italian seasoning, and pepper. And you'll need Greek yogurt also. So we're gonna take a teaspoon of the Italian seasoning, which is what I've got right here. So 1 teaspoon, this is a half a teaspoon measuring, this is a half a teaspoon here. So if you see me put double, that's why. Then 1/4 a teaspoon of pepper. So I'm just put half of this. And then a half a teaspoon of garlic salt. But it won't hurt my feelings if I add extra because I love garlic anything. Whoop, see guys, I told you I'd add extra. And so then we're just gonna mix that together because this is gonna be what our seasoning is. We're also going to need, let's see, 3/4 a cup of Greek yogurt. So let me get that out real quick. And at the same time, preheat your oven to 375 degrees and go ahead and spray your 9x13 inch pan. Okay, so now you're gonna take 3/4 a cup of Greek yogurt, I've already got, put it in this container. We're gonna dip the chicken. We're gonna put this on top of the chicken and then, so we're gonna put the chicken in the pan. We're gonna brush the tops with the yogurt and then we're going to put the Ritz Crackers on top. Bake it at 375 degrees for 25 to 30 minutes or until the internal temperature is 165 degrees. So tonight I am making from the pantry food. Sorry about the TV. The kids have it blaring in the background. So we are making, off the macros plane, we're making Philly cheesesteak, sloppy joes. So we're going to need ketchup, beef broth, pepper, salt, Worcestershire sauce, diced green peppers, and 1 diced onion. So I had this already in the freezer. Going to use this up. All this was in the pantry. I had mushrooms, because you need mushrooms, and then you need 2 pounds of 92% lean ground beef. This is my lean organic ground beef that I got for $1.50. I had these frozen in the freezer downstairs for the hoagie rolls, and then we're going to serve it with some sweet potato fries that I'll put some seasoning and olive oil on. So, super easy. It's already diced up for me. I don't even have to do that. So, I'm so excited to make this. I got to thaw that meat out a little bit, and then we're just going to cook this up and serve it. And we also need cheese on it, so I've got cheese in the fridge. But once again, shopping from the house to make dinner. So I'm going to preheat the oven to 400 degrees, and I'll get a baking sheet out and lay those sweet potato fries out on a baking sheet with some olive oil, and I'll put some seasoning stuff on it. Then I'll put olive oil in my pan. I'm going to thaw out with the microwave my meat and put it in here, and then put in the onion and pepper and mushrooms. So just going to spray this with cooking spray, and then I'm going to take the bag of sweet potato fries and lay them out. Like I said, I chopped these up a long time ago whenever I knew they were going to go bad. So that's why I'm putting them out here. There is a little bit of ice built up in them, but that's all right. We can knock that off there so it's not as soggy. I might need 2 bags of these. I don't know if everybody will eat these because they're not a huge sweet potato fan. Okay, did 2 bags of that. Gonna put some olive oil over top of this. And we'll cook this for about 20 minutes and see where it's at. Adding some seasoning salt. Sometimes I do the Cajun flavors, but put that on there and cook. Then over here we're going to spray this pan, and we're going to put the buns that I had frozen out on it because they need to be cooked up. We'll put a little bit of bread on top once we get these thawed out. Let these thaw a little bit. And then we'll put some butter and garlic pepper or garlic salt on top of them. But see, you can freeze things and use them and get them on sale, and then it saves you a ton of money. Okay, so I'm gonna add the can of mushrooms because that's what we're using. I don't have whole baby Bella, so we'll just put the mushrooms over here. You need 1 green pepper, 1 onion. Taking what I have, I'm not really measuring it because it is a vegetable, and I'm just using up what I have. So I've got that. I put some oil in the pan, and now we'll put the meat that I've microwaved to try to like de-thaw it quickly. So if it looks a little weird, it's because I've microwaved it, so you know it's kind of cooked it. It was fine before, it was red before, but now it might have a little brown tint to it, but just because I did that. So now we have the meat there, and we're gonna brown that. So while that is cooking up real nice, we'll let that cook because it's gonna take it a little bit to brown. Then we will come over and make the sauce that's gonna go over this. So we need 1/4 cup of ketchup for this. And we're just put this in a bowl. So 1/4 cup of ketchup. Then we need 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. And then we'll need a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of pepper. Here's the salt. And then a teaspoon of the pepper. And then we'll just whisk that together, and once that meat is cooked, then we will combine that. And separately, we'll combine a cup of beef broth with a tablespoon of cornstarch, and that'll go in at the very end to kind of like thicken it. But there's that sauce. That'll go in just a moment. So in the separate bowl, we'll take a cup of the beef broth. And then we will take a tablespoon of cornstarch. And now we'll just mix that together in that little slurry, and we'll combine that once the other sauce is cooked in there. We'll put this in at the end. It's such a cool feeling, the cornstarch. If you've never done the experiment with cornstarch, and I think it's water or something, you can make it like quicksand. Okay, I drained the mixture, and now I'm gonna add the sauce in. Get it all stirred together, and then we'll add in that cornstarch mixture. I drained all that excess liquid from where the meat had been frozen and the vegetables were frozen, so it had a little bit of extra, you know, liquid in there. So we're adding that Worcestershire sauce mixture with the ketchup. Let it get all good and stirred through. And it smells really, really good. Fries are almost done. And then we just got to put the buns in the oven. So now this is that Worcestershire sauce mixture. Get it stirred back through. And we'll add that. It kind of thickens it up. And then we're going to let that just kind of stir together and cook for a few minutes. So I added some butter to the tops of these, which is not macro friendly, but that's alright. I actually won't be eating those. And I'm adding some garlic salt, and we will cook this for a few minutes in the oven, probably on broil for like 4 minutes on low. Okay, so there are the buns. Here is the Philly meat. And then here are the sweet potato fries. I'll put them to broil for 4 minutes with the buns, and it's all done. Here is the sandwich. Sorry, we have football in the background and kids. There you go, guys. Look how good those look. There's the sweet potato fries. Easy, guys. Okay, friends, that's it for today's video. Don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up and say hey in the comments. I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you have an awesome Sunday evening, and love you guys. Bye.